All right, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Kapla Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh Kakadash, the Barak Elder Apostle, Great Melter, Woo Will, the Certification of Oxen, Prince of the Truth, across the four corners of the earth, to the fear and power of Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, that the hope will let, and who the world inwardly called God, his name Yahweh, and who the world inwardly called Jesus Christ, his name Yahweh Shai, and where the Hebrew Israelite that consists of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and those who lie in descendants go back to one of the 12 tribes of Israel due to the gathering among the nations. All right, it's an article on Business Insider, which going to correlate with prophecy. All right, and that's, people standing up against the government. They're not going to regard the government as they second Esdras. All right, going to get that. The number of Americans who think violence against the government is justified is on the rise, poll find. All right, it said the number of the number of Americans who think it's justified for citizens to take violent action against the government is on the rise. A recent poll from Washington Post, University of Maryland, showed 34% of Americans believe violence against the government can at times be justified, which is up from 23% in 2015 and 16% in 2010, according to the poll findings. The survey, right, because, as in 2010 and on, the internet, as far as information going out, all right, people started to find out more things about the government and stuff. All right, and now it's higher than it's ever been before. All right, the people are tired of the lies and the conspiracy, all right, that are happen to be real. Did a survey of 1,101 adults conducted from December 17th to December 19th found that 40% of the Republicans that violent action could be justified compared to 23% of Democrats, according to the Washington Post. Men, younger adults, and those with college degrees were more likely to say violence was acceptable. Additionally, only 18% of Black Americans thought violence was justified compared to 40% of white Americans. All right, to show you that he thought it's more hip. I mean, as far as knowing what's going on, as opposed to Jake. All right, because Jake is still on bullshit. All right, they worry about black culture and stuff. That's prophecy as well too. The majority, I think 2%, that the violence was never justified, but the Post reported that a decrease from the 1990s, when as many as 90% of respondents said violence was never justified. It changed as a decade passed. If the respondents to the government violating or taking away people's rights or freedoms, such as overreaching the virus restriction and disenfranchisement of minority voters, were justifications for violence. When in the course of human event, the government no longer represents the people, and there is no recourse, that it might be time, Beverly Lucas 75 told the Post. All right, we ain't gotta get into her voting, but yeah, this is prophecy, It's second Esdras. It's second Esdras 15 and 1. I'm gonna jump down. The whole feet down in the air of the peak of my people, which is Jake, so-called nigga like Native American. The word of prophecy, which is the prophecy that we're going through right now, all right, that are been written all right, in these scriptures, all right, thousands of years ago. All right, now they're coming to pass. All right, this is the year of Yahweh Shai turning up, and along with that turning up, prophecy is going to be fulfilled. All right, things are only going to increase on biblical proportion, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, which is the mouth of the prophets. All right, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. This scripture is faithful and true because the prophecy are real. All right. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that be against thee. Right. Their unbelief. All right. Your unbelief ain't gonna make none of the effect of the prophecies. All right. Of Yahweh Shai. They still are going to take place. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. All right. Y'all all gonna die. All right. Whether you believe or don't believe, you're gonna die. All right. It's only for the elect at the end of the day. Now I'm gonna jump down. It's verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm and smite Egypt with plague as before. Right, or why is there as before? Because this is the new Egypt. Alright. America is known as Egypt in the Bible. And in this case, alright, they're gonna get the same plague as the old Egypt. Alright. Yeah, this is the place of captivity. And will destroy all the land thereof, and ultimately America is going to be destroyed. But before all that, you're going to have insurrection. You're going to have people bucking up against the government. All right, you're going to have people killing each other, along with famine, pestilences, wars. It said, verse 12: Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that your house shall bring upon it. And that ultimate plague is the nuclear missile, or ICBM missile. Verse 14: Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, because nothing but destruction is coming to this place. All right, and that's what woe means. For the sword and the destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and sword in their hand. Right. That's going to take place. All right, people going to class war, people against the government. All right, Republican versus Democrat. All these people are going to have disagreement, and they're going to have they're going to battle it out. All right, and this is the Egyptian. This is an Isaiah. It's Isaiah 19. And 2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. And that's, like I said, Egypt, like also it's referring to America. Okay, so the Americans are going to be fighting each other, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, so you're gonna have a city might, infighting, all type of shit gonna be going on. All right, people gonna be disregarding their mayor, city officials. All right, fighting against the police, everything. Back to 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be tradition among men, and evading one another. All right, and you look at the word tradition. All right, there we go. Incitement to riot or rebellion. All right, what to rebel against? Oh, that's the second definition. Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state. All right. and that's gonna be taking place. All right, people gonna be inciting riots to go against the government. All right, local government and federal government as well. The people are gonna have their breaking point. All right, with the restrictions, see what's going on in other countries. All right, the upward of the people. All right, I'll get that next. And I'll get it now. Come on. That's not it. The second Esdras 9:3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquake and uproar of the people in the world. All right, and we see that going on. See what's going on in what was that in that's not Germany. There was Australia, but it probably was Germany. All right, could have been another country. I can't remember off the top of my head. All right, people are going to get the authority of the government. All right, because people had tired of the draconian measure. All right, with auto prophecy. All right, shall speak like a dragon. All right, let's back to. So I'm gonna give Matthew real quick. Matthew 24. Instead, ye shall hear the wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. See, so all these things gonna happen before the end happens. All right, and ultimately that could be the Caragman, the World War III, and how it tried returning. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, and read about that. The Egyptians stood against the Egyptians. All right. And there shall be famine, and also other countries and other nations will be fighting as well. All right, ultimately will be World War III. And there shall be famine, all right, the lack of food, pestilences, all right, you see all these different variants out there. An earthquake in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. All these things that we just read are the beginning of sorrow, and also going to take place before your house shall return. All right, let's go back to our scriptures and close it out with that. Second Esdras 15 and 16 again, where there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, they shall not regard their king nor princes, and the courts of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, and that's what proved about this article. All right, being prophecy. All right, because these people find it okay that it's justified for the federal government to be attacked. All right, that the number of Americans who think violence against the government is justified is on the rise. All right, why? Because for property sake. All right, a man shall be that's it. You know, just wanted to leave it off on that. All right, for the sake of this article. So with that, shalom.